Okay, so let's go into your reading here, Pisces. The person that you're dealing with here. Well, let me talk first of all about how they see you, okay? The energy that you bring to the table. I have here the Two of Swords and this big feather. What I feel is somebody feels that you're very flirtatious and they feel like you might be a tease, okay? On the one hand, I feel like it's very distant. So it's sort of like teasing from afar, flirting from afar, having a lot of suitors, having a lot of people that tickle your fancy, or having a lot of people it's this is sort of like the performer, the person who's on stage, okay? All eyes are on you. And I feel almost like the attention is really nice. You know, the limelight is on you, the spotlight is on you, the attention is all on you. And so I'm inclined to feel like you have a lot of suitors. Some of you might be single coming into this month or this week, and you have a lot of suitors. You have a lot of people that are looking at you. And you're expanding your energy outward, talking to a lot of people, interacting with a lot of people, and complimenting a lot of people, but also this flirtatious flirting and teasing and, you know, even with people that you might not have any feelings for, or even people that you might not have any intentions to date. Okay, so that's the energy that you bring to the table. How the person sees you, the person you're dealing with, the person that's significant in your life, in love and relationships. We have here the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is turning over like a major new chapter in your life, okay? Overcoming a lot of turbulence to get you where you are today. Many of you have also are well traveled. You might hail from a different environment, and then you recently settled somewhere. I feel as well, travel is calling. You've got the travel bug. You might also be interacting with people who are very different from you culturally, ethnically, linguistically. So your partner sees you as someone who's different, who is exotic, who does things in a different manner. So I do feel there might be some cultural issues that needs to overcome, either communication barriers, cultural expectations of what relationships are supposed to be like from your perspective, and then from the other person that you're dealing with. So I do see a cultural divide. However, there are two people on the boat. They're working in tandem to move themselves to a better place, okay? So whatever difficulties you and your partner has had, I feel like you're moving to a safer place. You're like crossing the waters and working together as a team in order to reach a place of safety. For some of you in relationships, financial hardships, and worry, you know, what's going to happen? What's going to be in store for us tomorrow? Do we have enough income? Do we have a place to live? And all of these things. You're doing this with another person. And I feel like the two of you are working together to smooth out, you know, all the rough patches in your relationship. They feel that I was always there for you, Pisces. They feel like, you know, I was there when things were rough. You were there for me as well. We're in it together. And so if we have, you know, sailed on from a lot of hardships together in the past, and now you're scanning the horizon for other people, they might not take kindly to that, okay? They might say, like, I was always there for you. And once again, this energy could flow both ways, but I feel like this blue energy, I feel like it's very indicative of the way that they see you, okay? But once again, the energy can be reversed, okay? So don't get upset. Your partner, we have here the Sun. This is somebody who has fame and fortune and is very visible. So for whatever reason, they're very visible. They might be a teacher. They might be in a very high-ranking, high-status position where everyone sees them. Everyone knows who they are. Everyone recognizes them. Okay, so I see fame and popularity. And then I also feel as well, this is somebody possibly with children. Their energy is very, very much focused on their children. If it's a love interest and you're wondering, when are they going to call? Why aren't they making the time for me? While I'm waiting, I might as well, talk to other people. And it's because they have other things on their plate. They have career, they have children, they have family, they have other things that has nothing to do with third parties. They're just, occupied with other things. And so if you're out and about and, flirting or teasing and they catch wind of it, I feel like this is what I mean by it's pricking their ego. Okay. So I feel like some of you might be dealing with a fire sign. I'm getting just this ball of energy, someone who has a lot of pride. And the Sun card is indicative of Leo, but I also feel like Sagittarius, Aries. And I'm also sensing as well, I feel like the Taurus, the fixed signs in particular, fixed signs are like, you're in it with me 100% or not at all. They've got a lot of pride too. So Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. Okay. Their energy, the way you see them, we have the Fool. This is somebody who's a risk taker. This is somebody where it's like, I'm only, 75% happy here. And to you, that sounds good. But no, to them, they want 100% happiness. They want total completion. And so if a situation is not, bringing them that total 100% completion or happiness or satisfaction, they're going to up and leave. And if a situation doesn't feel as stable as they'd like, they're going to up and leave. And so you're dealing with somebody that wants all or nothing. They might be telling you, I want a commitment. And you might not be at a point where you want to commit to them. And I also feel as well, if this is a partner, they might need to pack up their bags and take a trip, okay? They might be on a business trip. They might be, if they're like an actor or a dancer or a singer or somebody in the public eye, there's a lot of travel and movement for work. The two of you as well, I feel there might be some arguments over flirtations and things like that. And they're also wondering, I was there for you. I was there for you this whole time. We've been through thick and thin. And, why are you looking elsewhere? So I see this energy coming into the picture. But I feel like if you're not careful and if you don't take stock of who you want to be with and make the gesture, make your feelings known to this person, they might pack up their bags and go. Okay, so be very, very careful how you tread the water energies, the emotions. Be very, very careful because somebody's got a lot of pride. Okay, and if they're not number one, they will up and leave. There's a lot of fear from your end about somebody leaving. And I feel like you might be keeping your options open because you are afraid that they're going to be leaving. Or you are thinking they're not 100% devoted to me. Why should I be 100% devoted to them? There's this tit and tat type of energy, keeping scores, trying to play it safe from your end and then from their end trying to play it safe. So it's a mirroring type of an energy. But from their end, they've got a lot of pride. And it's not about keeping their options open. It's more about, I want to be number one in your eyes. And if I can't be number one, I am not settling for second place. To them, it's a major step down and it's somewhat of an embarrassment. So they're opting out. From your end, you might be keeping your options open because you don't want to invest in somebody if, they're like 1 foot out the door. Okay, or if you feel like they've got other obligations elsewhere. So what ends up inevitably happening is, I have here the Two of Wands. This is like longing, waiting for another person. And so be careful about, how you deal with this energy. Some of you could be in a long distance relationship, or you're physically there, but you know, your time schedules are different, so you don't really get to see each other. You might have to commute to go to work. They might have to commute to do whatever they need to do. And so the window of time, I feel, is reduced, is greatly impacting the relationship. And then if they're traveling as well, there's like long distance communication, and there's just this physical distance between you and a partner. And I feel like as well, it can indicate to me emotional distance. So make your intentions known. If you're dealing with somebody who is, you know, who wants to be the apple of your eyes, who wants all the attention focused on them, it can get tiring, right? It can. But I feel like they're worth it. And I feel like, you know, they would give you 100% if you can give them 100%. So I feel like it's fair. Okay, so just make sure that you're aware of this, okay? If they pack their bags and go because they don't feel safe, they're going to be gone. And you know, that dog can like try to lure them back in. It's just not going to work, okay? Their mind's already made up. And in particular, if you're dealing with a fixed sign, if their mind's made up, they're not going to backtrack, okay? In your spiritual advice, I feel like, once again, that message about taking stock as to what you have around you, being appreciative and being very, very thankful for all the abundance that's already in your environment. I feel a very strong, big, strong pregnancy vibe with this spread. I have here the Four of Swords. She's holding a heart, is right on her stomach, like the lower abdomen. And then you can see the circle. Something is getting bigger. Okay, so it's like the womb. You might be pregnant. You might be dealing with somebody who's pregnant. And then I have the Empress. This is a huge pregnancy card. So I feel almost like there's indications of pregnancy. If you've been hoping for that, I feel like you're going to get very positive, good news. And then I have the Family card, 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. Money is going to be coming in so fast and so much for you guys for this this week. And I feel like, you know, if there has been home repairs or home renovation or home projects that you've been holding off on because you're like, I don't want to splurge. I don't really want to waste the money. I don't know how much money is coming in. I feel like you're going to go ahead with it. I see hiring contractors, redoing the house, repainting, possibly knocking some walls down to create like a sectional, making 2 rooms into 1 room, or vice versa, making 1 room, splitting it up into 2 rooms. So there's huge indicators here about connecting with family, expanding the family unit, having really good soulful connections with family members, and incorporating somebody into your family environment. Lots of social gatherings and lots of social events that are happening. This Empress vibe is also about savings, okay? It's also about like knowing where to put your money, planning for the future. I feel like some of you might have 3 children, might have 2 children. So I'm seeing 2 and 3. So your partner might have children, but either way, it's like a nest egg. Okay, saving for retirement, saving for a nest egg, saving for college funds for the kids, so that, because you're at a point where the Empress, you know, she's high on this leaf. She sees the forest for the trees. She sees so far into the future, and she knows how to plan. So not just what's in front of her, but she knows like, okay, I'm going to need to save up. The kids are going to get older and I want them to go to college. So I'm going to start saving now. So I feel like there's a lot of financial savviness and a lot of planning and just a lot of abundance that's coming in. You are appreciative of it. I feel that you are. But I also feel like with the spiritual advice is we have here the 7 of Cups. This is an energy that is a little bit frivolous, okay? All the plans, all the fantasies, all the things that are shiny and just extravagant, but at the end of the day, it's a fantasy. So this is kind of like emotional spending, or wasting your money, spending on things that are not good for you, or spending on things that are overly priced. And then when you bring them home, you have buyer's remorse. Okay. So this is you fantasizing about, where am I going to spend all this money? And in fact, the money should be saved for a rainy day. It should be saved for the nest egg. Whatever financial abundance that you have right now, your spiritual advice is to save it, okay? We should freeze up when it comes to spending.